name viduhu suraganaha prabhavam nam harsayah aham adirhi devanam maharshinam cha sarvasah. Neither the hosts of the gods nor the great sages know my origin, for in every way I am the source of all the gods and the great sages. I am the source for all. So how can they know the source itself? Prabhavam, origin. Name viduhu suraganaha prabhavam. Prabhavam is origin, the source. For in every way I am the source. Prabhavam, origin. It may also mean the great lordly power who can command over everything, whatever is there. So that is also the meaning of Prabhava. Bhudhatu means to produce, to manifest. So Prabhava, the thorough manifestation. So the source. Aham adirhi devanam maharshinam cha sarvasa. I am the Mahārshis, the great sages like Bhrigu, etc. As I am the source of all these gods, sages and living beings, it is very difficult to them to know me, because I am beyond their reach. Sarvasaha, in every way, I am the root. Not only am I the source of all the gods and the sages, but also they are efficient cause also I am. Efficient cause, you have to understand. Efficiency in them. The cause of efficiency, that is called efficient cause, means the prompter or the giver of the momentum. Then only they can say, they can do something. Say the bullock cart, it is without bullocks, okay? And if you want to push it somewhere, then you have to give a momentum. It cannot move by itself. So there is some person, some living beings have to give some push, some momentum to it. If it is little slow land, sloppy land, then it will go on moving if you give a momentum. In that way, he is the giver of the momentum to everyone. And the supreme power is named as Chodayatri. Chodayatri means the power who gives a momentum, chesta, a tendency to act. So without that, all these so-called living beings or inert beings or these gods or sages, they are just clay idols. Nothing, nobody has anything of their own. It is borrowed from the absolute. In that way, I am the efficient cause. Their inner ruler, I am sitting within, the driver. Without driver, how can the car move? Of course, it has got everything, but without the key or the fuel or the momentum given by the driver, the car cannot move. It has got no speed. So in that way, I am the indweller of all beings. So that way also, I am the all commander and the dispenser or ordainer and the guide of their intellect. The intellect can act only if there is energy behind it, or else the intellect cannot do anything. Intellect also, just as the energy, it is an energy, intellectual power. So behind it, something is there, or else it cannot work. In that way, all these, whatever you consider, the background is only the Supreme. So in this way, all this, the car cannot know what is driver. Yes.
Quick question, just for a clarification. Even for the prana also the background power?
Yes. Yes. See, this light is giving you light, this tube light or bulb. Can it give light to you by itself? Unless and until you on the switch. Power is there, but it cannot activate without your help. So in that way, the intellect or the supreme power, anything, all these are just jad, inert objects, and the prompter is behind it. Just as the fan, unless and until you on the switch, can it give you any air? It has got that energy, but you have to tap it. You have to manifest it. So you are the manifester.
In literature, they use one word prabhav. So
Prabhava and prabhava, there is difference. Prabhav means one who is the source, one who generates, and prabhava is influence. There is difference in the meaning.
one is from inside, the other is from the outside.
Yes. One is its nature, prabhava, the influence, whether it is inert or living, whether it is moving or not moving, its prabhava is there with it. The fire has to give you heat. So it is its prabhava, the influence of every being, every atom. There is attraction and repulsion. On this law only the whole universe, all the beings are settled in its own position, or else they will be crossed against each other. So in this way, he is the source for everything. That is efficient cause, the intellectual cause, and the inner ruler, inner indweller, dispenser, one who gives out, dispenser, and ordainer. He is the commander-in-chief. Without his order, nothing can be done. And he is the guide. Everything is he. In this way, the great gods and the great sages, they don't know me because I am the source of everyone. Yo mam ajam anadim cha vetti lokam maheshwaram asammudha samartesu sarva papehi pramuchyate. But one who knows, rare one among millions or billions, one who knows me by Bhakti, one who knows me perfectly well. In what way? I am the unborn, eternal being and beginningless, and the great Lord of the worlds. He who knows me as unborn and beginningless, as the great Lord of the whole worlds, he among mortals, the beings, whether living or non-living, is undeluded. He is not deluded by my Maya, and he is liberated from all sins. Whatever he does, it is neither sin nor merit, nothing. He is beyond all this, because he knows me. Knowing is becoming. Brahma vet brahmeva bhavati. The knower of the truth becomes the truth itself. That is called knowing, means experience, realizing it. As the Supreme Being is the cause of all worlds, he is beginningless. As he is the source of the gods and great sages, there is no source for his existence, causeless cause. There is no source for him. This point we have discussed 100 times, not once. You see, in relative world, in dualistic world, where there is two, then only we have the law of cause and effect, or action and reaction. All these laws are applicable in dualistic world. But when there is one, absolutely one, without a second, then how can there be cause and effect? So it is causeless cause. That's why it is called the reminence also. When you go on accepting everything, that cannot be accepted because it is unknown and unseen. So it becomes as a reminence. And when you go on negating everything, so in the end that remains as remnants. So both way, positive and negative, he is the end of everyone, everything. So that is beyond everything. Sakhiyan, wo ghar sabse nyara. That is strangely different from all other abodes. Jahan param purusa hamara, where abides our Supreme Self, Supreme Supporter of life. It is beyond all these pairs of opposites, so neither day nor night, nor it is far, nor it is near, nor there is sin or merits, nothing is there. It is strangely different. Nobody can imagine what it is. That's why it is beyond intellect, beyond time and space. Jahan din and raat rain pasara, where there is no day nor night, the neutral zone, where there is no up and downs, right and left, nothing is there. So, how can there be any cause for it? When there will be some cause, there will be effect. It is not the effect, it is itself. That's why it is called self-effulgent, luminous one. All other beings, they borrow their lights, their knowledge, everything from him only. As he is the source of all gods and the great sages, there is no source for his existence. As he is beginningless, he is unborn. He is the great Lord of all the worlds. Asamudha, undeluded. Mudha, deluded. Ignorant. Asamudha, undeluded. He who has realized that his own innermost self is not different from the Supreme Self is an undeluded person. The one who knows me like this, जो माम व्यक्ति as unborn, one who knows me as unborn and anadi, I have no beginning, no end, and I am the Lord of Lords. He is undeluded. He is undeluded. Asamudha. He knows me as the Supreme Self, is an undeluded person through the removal of ignorance, the delusion which is of the form of mutual superimposition. What is mutual superimposition? One is superimposed on the other. Both are relatively superimposed. You see me, I see you. Because we are two, So we are dependent on each other. You observe me, I observe you. In this way the whole world is dependent on each other. Relations are there. So in this way, I am not anything, but you think I am something. Similarly, you are not anything. You have no identity. And I think your name is so, and your form is like this. This is the photograph of Satishji. Huh? All these are simply superimposition on the reality, which has got no name and form. All these names and forms are attributed. It is superimposed, it is forced upon something that is called hidden truth. Only for relative transaction, give something and take something. This is the business of the world. Take something, give something. This is called relationship. This is how one who knows there is no two, there is no, I see nothing, I have no vision at all, I am nowhere. So, how can he see something different from the Supreme? And if at all these beings are talking of something, then they are superimposed mutually. One sees the other and he is saying, ah, yes, yes, that is truth. And the seen object also sees the seer and he says, yes, yes, seer is there. So mutual superimpose between the self and this not self. That is, in other words also said, Jad Chit Granthi, Chit Jad Granthi, the tie between the conscious and unconscious, conscious and unconscious. That means that beginningless, endless I somehow forgets itself and accepts this mortal I as I. That is called the I-ness with body. I am the body. Body, when it is dead, what can it do? It is just like dead body. And he is dwelling inside and he is giving momentum to the body, senses, mind, intellect, everything. So both are tied up as it were. The Supreme I and the individual I, they are tied up. I am the body. This is called mutual superimposition, and it is also the self and the non-self. Self is the absolute consciousness, real I, and the non-self is the body, the food seed, the mind seed, or the intellectual seed. All these 5 seeds, they are just gross layers of non-being. They are not real consciousness. We see it in a dead body. The dead body has got nothing, he cannot think, he cannot do anything, he cannot feel, observe or enjoy pain and pleasure. So in this way, self and non-self, they are tied up. And the prana, which also is identified as I sometimes, because ego identifies with everything, every moment goes on changing. So sometimes it is prana, sometimes it is mind, sometimes intellect, sometimes body, sometimes senses. So everything it becomes. So in this way, it goes on, it is clinging to the body, all these aspects of body, and it is tied up as it were. Vidyate hridaya granthi chidhyante sarva sansaya. When this tie is untied, all the doubts are disappeared where nobody knows. There is no doubt, because the inert being vanishes, they are not there. How? Just as the earthen pot, empty pot, when broken, the inner sky just identifies itself with the outer greater sky. That is called self-realization. It was there was no difference, but it was tied as it were by the boundaries, imaginary boundaries. So he is freed from all sins done consciously or unconsciously. In the 3 periods of time, he is free from all the sins. He is free from all the sins. Whether he is aware of it or not, that doesn't matter. The ignorant man removes his sins through the performance of expiatory acts, that is prayashchit karma, and enjoyment of the results. He enjoys the result of the sinful acts, thereby he ends all his sins. But he is not completely freed from all sins, because he continues to do these sins through the force of evil sanskaras. That force of evil sanskaras are yet there in the chitta or impressions, because he has not eradicated the ignorance or the root cause of all sins. He has rubbed out his sins, but not the cause of the sins. Somebody was suffering from oozing out, blood because of piles, piles. And there was bones in the anus. He was suffering like anything. He was taking medicines, and for some period he gets a little relief, and again it starts after some time, because the root cause is not removed. When he comes to me, I took his all the history of 2-3 months. Then I came to know he is suffering from continuous constipation. I asked him to stay with me. I will cure you without operation, without any medicine. Please be with me. I will give you food and drink, everything by my hand. I will cure you, I give you guarantee. And he stayed here with me for 1 month. Daily I used to give bel sarbat. It is laxative. Daily. And daily he will have clean motion. After 1 month, all the pain is gone, and there is no bleeding, there is no pain, nothing is there. He goes back home laughingly and dancingly. But before that, he was unable to talk even, not to stand. He was so much irritated. So in this way, if the root cause of all the you see, misery is not rooted out, there is no sense in removing the effect, but the cause should be rooted out. So, such a person who does penance for removing the sins, the bad result of it, they don't root out the cause, so they will come to birth and death cycle again and again. They are not freed from bondage of the world. And its effect also, the effect of all sins, egoism and superimposition, or the reeling of I in the physical body. As he dies, swayed by the force of evil sanskaras, he engages himself in doing sinful actions in the next birth, but the sage of self-realization is completely liberated from all sins, because ignorance, the root cause of all sins, and its effect, which is the mistaken notion that the body is the self, body is the self, accepting body as the self, that is not removed, is eradicated into two for a knowledgeable person who understands it, one who roots out all these root causes. And the sanskaras are also destroyed, and all the sins are destroyed. He has whatever then he does without ego, how can he occur any sins? These sanskaras are burnt completely like roasted seeds. Just as burnt seeds cannot germinate, so also the burnt sanskaras cannot generate further actions or future births. There is no effect of this cause, because cause is no more cause. Cause now, it is fried seed or roasted seed. For the following reason also, I am the great Lord of all worlds. The cause also is given. Why I am the Lord of Lords. I am source of everything, and nobody knows me. Why it is so? Buddhire jnanam asammoha chama satyam damah samah sukham dukkham bhavo bhavo bhayam cha abhayameva cha. I am everything. So how can you know everything? Your intellect is so limited. Buddhiri jnanam asammoha. Non-delusion. Asammoha. Sammoha, delusion. I am the intellect. Intellect, wisdom, non-delusion, forgiveness, chama, satyam, the truthfulness, and dama, self-restraint, and samaha, calmness, sukham, happiness, dukkham, pain, bhava, abhava, both existence and non-existence, existence or birth. Here existence means birth and non-existence means death. And bhayam, fear, and abhayam, non-fear, dareness, fearlessness, all these only I am. All these are just me. People don't understand the fear is God only. Because of God there is fear. And fearlessness also God only. And all these restraint of all the senses, Dhamma, I am only. How can a dead man or a stone restrain his senses? How can he control its intellect? Nothing he can do. Similarly, the being, all these beings, whether they are great sages or saints or gods, they are puppets in my hand. And if at all they do something good or bad, think something good or bad, it is me only. Whether they, according to the need of the hour, whether the driver puts brake or he drives it in fourth gear, he drives it straight or he turns it in the need of the hour. That is only the driver who does it. It is driver's brake, driver's speed, driver's turning this side and that side. It is not the car. That is should be understood perfectly well. So in this way, I am the intellect, I am the delusion also, asammoha, I am non-delusion also, I am forgiveness also, kshama, satyam, truthfulness also, dhamma, restraint of senses also, samadhi, calmness of the mind or intellect, sukham, dukham, pain and pleasure, bhavo, bhavo, the birth and death, and bhayam cha, abhayam eva cha. I am the fear and fearlessness also. Both the pairs of opposites are from me only. Just as the coin says, I am the head, I am the tail. The sun says, I am the day, I am the night. Similarly, the Supreme Lord says, I am both. Everything is I. Intellect is the power with the antakaran, the fourfold inner instrument, the mind, the subconscious mind, intellect and egoism. Mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar has of understanding subtle objects. Wisdom is, that is called intellect, one which understands the subtler things. Wisdom is knowledge of the self. Non-delusion is freedom from illusion. It consists in acting with discrimination. When anything has to be done or known or at the moment, patience is the non-agitation of the mind when assaulted or abused. Not thinking of any harm or evil for those who have assaulted or abused is also patience. So all these good qualities and bad qualities, we shall discuss it tomorrow in details. You know what is the nature of all this? Buddhi, what is called buddhi, intellect, how it acts. Just now we understood as it is a fourfold mind which just understand the subtler things, but in detail we shall discuss tomorrow. It will take little time. Buddhi, jnanam, asammoham, what is sammoha, what is asammoha, kshama, what is the nature of forgiveness, in what state one can forget, what is the result of forgiveness, and satyam, dhamma, samaha, all these are very important nature of the being. So we shall discuss it in detail. And restraint of all these senses, how to do, what is the result, and all these, sukham, dukham, bhayam, abhayam, how this fear comes, where from it appears, and what is the state of fearlessness, all these we shall discuss in detail, because all these are very important points in the human life. Everybody experiences it in our journey of the life. We have to understand it thoroughly well. Tomorrow we shall discuss. For today, this is half done. Okay? Tomorrow we shall see all these divine and demonical qualities, the cause of it, the nature of it, and the result of it, and how to enhance it or control it, all these. This is our life. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasesate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai, Sachidananda Bhagavan ki jai, Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Gita Mata ki jai. Hari Om.